yɛte ɔman no mu na yɛhonam dua hia yɛn no na ɔmo nso aboa yɛn ɛno nti na yɛbɛnya aduro nwanwaso a aba yɛfrɛ no allicin herbal ana allicin ointment afei pomade na allicin herbal soap no ne samina no yɛdi dware yɛde srasra yɛ body no na ebeyi hunam nsan ni nyina afiri system no mu na ayi atwere ayi bibiti sɛ skin rashes ayi body odor bronica body odor a won sɛ mfifiri tu bebree a na hunam dua no astati ma won kabi na uyusu tadi dware tadi srasra mfifiri tu sɛ den grass ade no eba ana skin disease bi a wo hunam dua ne bia no allicin herbal soap ebetumi ayi ade afiri ho na wonya ointment na eno nso boa ma okotojo jonkunu jonku ha ne hwem se mpompa bɔ se eja na ahyehyewo se nsuohie na agu nsaso afi ekuro bi na atɔwo wo heat rashes bi na yewo nyina ebeden ebeyi ade afiri ho kwala ya na ye bɔ mo diapers a obewi achi na kwala na tupu nyina ye bibia ho no eyi nyina ade firi ho nti allicin ointment nso boa de wi na ye nya pomade no eno de eboa siesie utrinyi no emane ya na ho abi abegu mutri no so wo oti ni bobobobo na pe me ne sa later wo so do sa fa utrasi a na ho anko a eyi ni na afiri ho mo apampa mu apa ampese fu by force ye die yankopon na se anya ne sante pe ne sa ba mo ampese bo de mo kata ho no hair life nti no use pomade ni bia be kata ho na mo afen so ya na mutrinyi ni bubububu eno so use a etime bo apa afei yambi na ato nsa honom ne ade a eno so yisu sa pomade na etimma honam no etoso kama eti frɛ adwumakuo yi so opɛ dudu atu akoton e was 0592 145024 0592 145024 and 0535 141050 0535 141050 ufre number CBA usabeka allicin herbal soap, allicin ointment and allicin pomade. Area ufie edije beba ho ebi kwa na wabie office foforo bi na ope television sa papa de abobo office ho ana wasifie wie akorrent baby ope TV a echepa de a ene na woni high sense in this awoso na omuma American television ni bi na innovating papa with versatility aba TV ni range a variety of sizes if 32-inch screen ekwa could do 150-inch display including new technological advanced lens television models enye easy kra FPA ene senka teteno nanka na maliwa bemu a ka we make ya Osman de bejibi he said when you abem that's why I say menene pepepe it high sense television na combined with sleek design na ikuta visual display smart features HDM connectivity and about with remote control it can when na visit to high sense room na promotion so nko na aba so on the 18th to see October 28th ya ebe 2023 unya wo stylish high sense television no a unsabeka bi at discount prices no mu wi a no ma chaw de wo mu achaw American television on be chaw DSTV free na 65 inches na on top ade a no mama DSTV connection for bosume miensa kan ho na no mu dinsa wo so ko mu showroom e wo Ghana fana na nyinara na omu fama afei durability there wa woni twa se kama efficiency energy and affordability style technology elevate your entertainment with television from Hisense. Usabeka womu Facebook, Instagram, afi Twitter and YouTube. Na omu showrooms no Accra, East Legon, Kisiman, Achibota Mall, North Industrial Area, afi Opera Square, Dansuman, La Paz, West Hills Mall, Bokasson, Kaswa, Batuna, Junction Mall, Taba Committee 1, Committee 25, and afi Kumasi 4 Encore City Mall, Kumasi Adum Post Office, and afi Kumasi Tafo Mankasin, Takrade, Takwa, Obuasi, Kufuria Hoko, Isunyane, and Techima. If you do Tamale, the northern capital, regional capital, so and also Kowa, Onsa Bekabi, Iti, Kahwe, Nama Ufie, any class of its kind na bibia be fine amali senchi bia ombeba bem to 2025 obeto bia mame satan no obey minister straight 2025 no minister straight nyame ya adoma alaji brother be say nyame ya adoma e be wi so that is it. All right, 18 command dap no so yera justice atuguba kasa na ni nkomo na odi ye no ko all sectors na eno anene ebe busa Ghana mpanimfo se apayin semi a wokika ye nyina no wo mtutum na yendi hu nkomo na yenhwe se asem no etesen o shase okoka kufu ado papa asem se Ghana force de sikika no papa no ho asem ne ade o ya stood lawyer me emfa de ba no ho ahi emfa nkokika no papa ho nsem bebri no ne ade rage achi kwesi asem okoka ho asem ekoka se ohwe sansem na ba ye na court na anya ade no me Bob Dinka say it was scandalous and afi waka ensem ni bebre de atoto wa ihia se Ghana yedi hu nkomo na yebusa se sa na asem no isitie ana se we be see we be case when opportunity be enti ana umia ekekegum enti sana eti o sharing my life experience with a justice delivery system vis-a-vis public confidence in the judiciary, how a recent judicial pronouncement and rulings parted for consideration of Ghana's democracy. Any idea? One, everything has a beginning. When I was informed to in Tradam Secondary School, Navrungu, a Latin master put before us a number of mottos for our choices. Some choose Uradu, then the Piraradu. I hope I've got those ones correct. And I choose the Justita Omini Bass, and I still love it. Nina, I will semi bibri. I'm sure, say, you run me can kind of any idea or start with on one biography, movie, and obey the political career, who some so kakra, we and son, and somewhere so mind Danamu, Okuchiri, edited to go. And not by the highlights of Swasan, Semina Bibri. 11 minutes past 3. Ya be twa jeju ya be twa ye hono yakuti jeju nkrato ya ba pe na ye hye nkomonase na ensem ne dɔɔso ensem no kan ne bibiri nti ye ba na nso nya time ne doso mu ne di hu nkomo ye ba we twa me ho abasisi a 0545402507 WhatsApp line send no message bra na ye ndi nkomo 0545402507 send bra na ye ndi nkomo me basisi a Welcome back, Ebraso. Say you didn't come more and Pennyfa be Kamisa, Ira Namali, Abijude Lambert Aquaba. Yapum to say Swazi Aquaba. Yapum to say
slide, never media chair.
They are me
see Mojedi who for some Asadamo
Children coupon. Quickly, yeah, Yanko Namali. Atuba Semono tin. Na ase what tackle baby na u tie yet nase ehwe some of the issues now or tackle you now. What do you make of Papa Nisemi?
The mamcha etifo na hwefo
Don't just
but I never could say so we answer question here. We have thrown the net
wide.
So wide
because he tackled a lot of
because
issues.
I can take it say okay about Latin, Latin school and see specific
they make here picking some of the issues like Jachikwe's in case our say scandalous such as here picking in fact say the lighter note more say we shouldn't be chastising Akufo-Addo's father because he's an astute lawyer. Then you go to the Domlevo case.
Okay.
This way, then National Media Commission issue. These are salient issues in here. It is animal with me and saying which of them do you think, sir? Because those ones became national issue.
Program
okay.
My new National Media Commission.
Okay.
The government mama like a crab National Media Commission. But yeah, okay, kind of Odika.
Sir.
Yeah. And the Constitution of the Republic also allows him to criticize judgment, any judgment of any court, whether the district court, the high circuit court, the high court, the appeals court, and the Supreme Court. Now, in some kind, you know, when we say Atuba, it was perceived say maybe NDC mean
those times.
Here is somebody who can make you call to a butcher. I'm a Boga as a civil servant.
Okay.
That a young graduate I acquire a niche or practice or no, I'm in the office no. Now, or baby, I'm in a bonkomoka character.
Okay.
No, to papa, and then I ye as administrator was a small officer. So we were there when he was picked to be the Supreme Court judge.
Okay.
And it came with a lot of noise in Bogatanga. Man, that's ugly noise, bad noise. And comment, go for making comment here, discussing here at Saturday. No, those days, no, I'm say Bogana, ye GNU Hokakra. And see, your point, you must say, young people, you can be now. We discuss politics here and there, and I do 10, 11 years. And as at that time, no, he was very critical of government. And the TN speech, statement of making the submission. Or Sanso MA, as I say, he was a public prosecutor under the during the revolution time.
Yes.
And he sought to right the wrong. Say, if people have been wrong, we don't use two wrongs to correct a right. Because we could be there, and 50 years in jail, still, you know, our limits, depending on the court that you call. So this is court and a circuit court. Circuit court are unlimited. And see, sign money in Hana or Kaka. But about the touchy about the judgments, no?
Yes.
I see the Supreme Court has been fair to them level. Yes, they rule for them level. But if you look at it, as I time the void in the corner, a urgent case. Case a agent, a bear affect you be irreparable. No? Normally, the Supreme Court halt everything and then they do it as fast as possible, like an emergency case. Because one young internal rule in the banner say, I really buy where the bima he has suffered irreparably. I don't know whether he can go for compensation or whatever it is. And as I share Demolevo years, Demolevo was fighting against corruption. So near ruling government here, no, we can see say somebody who was fighting corruption, that means the ruling government is not ready to fight corruption, because they never said anywhere say he has done something wrong, but all they did was to remove him and then bring somebody who came and turn Crow and Associates deal now. See, okay, so oh, of course, yes, that was the whole thing. Then he touched on the ruling against the establishment of the fast track court. The fast track court, tattoo case, when the Supreme Court rule said it is illegal, and the President of the Republic, that was Australia at that time, and said he will do everything to make sure that he will turn that case. And actually, that case was 10. So some of us now we don't have legal education so much, but that case was 10. It was legal, but it was highly political. Now normally, you see, justice must not only be delivered, but justice must be seen to have been delivered. President Kufuor came and bloated the Supreme Court. Even Judge Dawood refused to be used. Our friend who came and then they ruled and turned that case. It was political. Then Atuba also talked about Salah and Salah. So that Salah, the famous Salah case, about Justice Apalu, Anna Lima and Perniado. And also he touched on, in fact, student of constitutional law will gain a lot from it. The question case, I see scandalous. You see, in the justice system, not only in Ghana, everywhere in the world. That's why, no, I won't say everywhere in the world. The justice system in the common law states, the way it is, you could see, say Kokwana say, folk tales na eka say, nyansa eni obakufuti. That is the justice system in the common law states, say etie. Because suppose we read the case because district court, he may win or lose. There will be appeal. At the appeal, at the high court, it may be 10 or may be sustained. Then go to the court of appeal, it may be 10 or it may be sustained. Maybe 10. Then to go to the Supreme Court, it may be 10 or sustained. Maybe Senate court or district court. Then the Supreme Court and the review will overturn the whole thing. You can win from the district court. In the Supreme Court, you can win.
Yes.
Then Supreme Court in the review can overturn it. Okay. In the nature say, then some of the rulings in the Supreme Court or in the justice system, from the appeal court going, you will not get unanimous decision all the time. Some of them are split, and even in UK, some of the split decision in the court of appeal. You see somebody like Lord Denny, his dissent in the court of appeal will eventually become the law. Wow. Niabeka against the case, at the court of appeal, now unanimous, Kofono Edietiano, but need about Kano, a court Supreme Court, and not Supreme Court for Lord Denny, but now, Okano, and not another. Was Supreme Court not or the Ama Lodeni. In this abuse one, Lodeni, he will rule his judgment, almost 5 years Juma. But in the end, immediately after the court ruling, no more day. Omayambra, I did Lodeni, changing the law to suit what Lodeni was saying. Enti Atuba, it's just like in the who say your law review and a law. Journals near so what can say law journals be now? Sometimes you would think say the judges of the court they know nothing. Because some people criticize judgment of the appeal court, judgment of the Supreme Court. And say, okay, can't say any manner. In fact, they put a cogent argument why the judgment the people have given is wrong. That's how the justice system is. So, like as he said, it's scandalous. Not just say, if he Atuba were to be on the panel that judge this case, his judgment will be the dissenting judgment.
But some now emphasize
ne pa the Canadian Sanyamana a better controversy in still or Becca say as at the time na ye kono na wakase were free says see on yet unkuta Canadian citizen be only that is the be serious or mind gun then on also Becca no why for say can't say
na make sure say on say Nyatuga Atuba kind the same thing if you go to the law journals that are criticizing judgment of the court no you will see say in some of them criticizing judgment no well that's why all the time law journals they report those things no the more you read about those things no the more judges learn about those things the more they shaping their thinking and their law, because the law there are a lot of gray areas. So with the criticisms and the argument they will put up there, it goes to enhance our justice delivery system. Wow. So kind judgment now. We be at your house. Okay, judgment the homosexuality by both the dissenting and those for no. Ni not assume. And an answer judgment be almost 10 in America no. One of them. Okay, a task. She said a task. So it's now a matter of you. You're thinking about the law, the way you understand the law, the way me my kind judgment be make us that judgment will mean about the 31st December justiciability. Because these people are political. Me, that's how I see it. What about you? Now I also saw a judgment of this Apollo case, Oh, and also I saw say the to four I'm sorry uncle and to four times now I could for the catch cat to four lawyers. I'm sorry to four I'm sorry because no Apollo no he's supposed to be the chief justice. Therefore, you need not go to because you can't constitutional in case of limit in the court parliament cry. But Liman did not like him. So Liman wanted Atuba Liman did not like him. But he cannot say because the way the constitution was couched, or no one say or the car in control of parliament, on rejecting now, want to be chief justice. So I'm pass on no coy. And I'm rejecting but to form acting through the lawyers Akufo-Addo and Tajuji Katano went to court and they interpreted the constitution say you don't need parliamentary approval to be the chief justice. And that's what so then because say if you are not part of the justice system that's what can be used you have a whole lot of things wrong.
All right,
so Atuguba is something now review he is right.
Okay.
At the same time the judgment too is right. So if you have a split decision.
Sorry. So we buy will be a two baby the interest will be a two baby interest near the young few ones Domlevo DNA and share Jackie Quiz in DNA and other ones.
Yo, so I made us. I couldn't I make the Biana Casse. Your bar everything now, medium say.
Yeah.
And you say, be a one answer winning the action will be out. No more, a queen, and I'm with your mind. Now, may share myself, my friend Chakassia, and my Ora, Quasi Queen or something. He's the controller and accountant general of this country. Now, Ora Keke, air call at some sweet local constituency. We need fine brains, conform a bomb or brown won't BBD to go into parliament.
So the parliamentarian.
Yes, now I'm not sure. I crab a share. Yes, Ora Justice William Atuguba. No question, me say and same way no Mr. Kakra. In the extent as a former Supreme Court judge.
Yes.
Say what for every boa 10 years. Say crown no munya the choice of words no is dangerous. It's scandalous.
It is in bad faith.
To me, no, and yet the best choice of words for him to use against the colleagues. So what I say? Sebi you were 10 years in your work in Poetry. And 7 go has sebi you will TV so and now walk was some quite near 10 years. You're quite for so a car, a tree pillar. Oh, yen say ya, then people will therefore tell you, say, oh, portray your NDC agenda. Now, oh, you should lecturers way just to unveil yourself for the masses to get to know, say, Ora William Atuguba also.
Yeah, over the years, no, Kofu so this in here.
Oh, na so Ora you crack say a perception. Opinion, and yet then Tina Bessoria, young far party being to soon near the NDC in the I only in a veteran. And the year now done the ditcher yen, Supreme Court, the electoral election petition. Ogu, Yamefa said John Cra in CA. Shakwanya opinion far so a goose said John in Massa. Shakwanya far so a goose Samuel Queen Massa. Shakwanya far so a good can crunchy in Massa. Sapa Paya, now officer Justice Atuguba, what judgment had the buyer a quiet split decision 5 against 4 in the Supreme Court. And no crown will see you. Whoa, so judgment here the by 2012 petition. I will be redefining of overvoting, going against electoral commission definition of overvoting. Who they are not to change. And the whoa definition to suit your agenda. We need a friend protecting democracy. So you say a bad partisan. When I like him, he's a fine gentleman, was born a bread through some person. Because to be a learned person now, Obe Rizia, Baby Drew, Supreme Court, once in Bia Bekano, you must be measured. Now, Bekau to go tra. Yes, on the level case. Yeah, we all saw to it, said the president, and to is to human. Oye nipa, it's in Supreme Court. Ebe jitum se wa fom sa bre no mu ena na me kase ye nuanom NDC fom omunya atwum na wo mo no eson ase kofi politro aminim watamale nya me fa ne crancy wewu no e bodam ni e friend kofi pole ne tru e bone ni be se e chen dan yima sa NDC fo nya atwum e wo mo no tie Supreme Court ebe ka se demlevo edipim ne de o we Supreme Court ayade na eko ebuti omom so wo mu ye MPP for na Akufo-Addo ahye court ho with NDC to the extent say Atuguba kai so on John Amanya adwene say all ka say ye making sure say the Supreme Court is put in a pair of NDC and MPP judges emra no mai ho kwan say ye appointment by
political deputy it's not like that.
Is it by partisan?
No.
So if you have a whole former president who is seeking to come back, making this suggestion, please, now, I told them, me say, 2 million ye painting, ye make me be a keke. And I said, 2 million ye penno, ye pedi a babe teacher or mine, I'm on mine upon kind. And I'm dick and kind. Ye won new men in our home quine, but ye in an esophagus. And canena. Anka obe hu mi trim na abom pese na ma chichira to mi chi na ma je masoma de ba eneno bebi a bedu se me ye ne sa emmoa me adentia edwuma na me ye ene amanyoku na me dom no ene hyehye na ewo mu no me ya emmoa ye hwe Ras Mubarak no nye pese
Yes.
Oko parliament we ntwa etenye nume nyina na ofi se wo nya akwanya ntunu ba be kan me de owura mesan committee ne mebusa Justice William Atuguba at the Supreme Court 9 panel member now omotna election petition so no ekoye 5-4 5-4 difference one eno kra no wo ujitum say you used your finest brain. Are you saying say Jati Kwesi Emrana 1992 constitution na ye troye na ye kase renunciation of citizenship or intention to renounce your citizenship doesn't automatically mean say you've renounced it. If I have the intention or the intent, say me renounce me citizenship, it doesn't automatically guarantee me unless I am provided with a certificate of renunciation. And man is stating it clear and unequivocally. Say, or say, Article 94 2A means that to be qualified to be a member of parliament, a citizen of Ghana must not hold any other citizenship at the time when nominations are opened by the Electoral Commission for registration of candidates for election as members of parliament. This is what the Supreme Court declared. Into Ora Atuguba, they went according to the Constitution. And emra ya chechera to eno mudi bu yes eh ye nullify that election ni emfa ne say hwe o ena na me di me party ho yawo ese say komudi two concurrent issues ni ko the criminal aspect and then the civil aspect akaba na jachi question ko dem so komudi ni nyina concurrently ya
dan so mo di ba kwa wi afa na mo di we
say na onya kwan a onenam ho mo e bo chaskele kire masa me ya osusu anzameti say me a akedi ni nyina bo kabana you should be in jail because you nim there mimiti hey minim say as a constituency officer emra ne kirem say for now ye bie nomination kra emra no esi mi ho kwan se meyi medi candidate bi as a parliamentary candidate me kokko yesa na say obi de me ko ekogina mra nanim na say emra no ene me etwen a ese se me a me busa mu say enti adan na minim de ena me ko say de. That should be the first thing. It's not about NPP, it's not about NDC, it's about Mother Ghana. 1992 constitution I said do ketiane na pamfo NDC chairman omo de bom ho asafo hene say omo pan one tap person no cultural constitution nti ye ka krom to be catch so MPP for ye hu free omo no cultural through the consultative assembly omo no cultural constitution nti constitution and one cultural ye no na se mo hu nipa bum ra no so na Supreme Court e de mra no ene ho ntanse e bona wo say me yenka ho asem is scandalous. Please, Mr. Tuba, with the greatest of respect, I will entreat that you withdraw this statement. Yes, on the Mlevo issue, you had it right.
Yes.
But that of Dachi Kwesin, the words that he chose to use, to me, is not the best. Say, you couldn't say, ya, or Tnebi, one seminar about the fano, or Binsuba Befa, no boo and in boo. I can send be a ensem fata say Ora Atuguba 9 against Supreme Court election petition of course in 2012. Eko year 5-4 no a bon papa. Inti yade facts and figures we be to wenim. When to me anya ho hwe. When to me anka bibia amfa ho. E na wo okogigine mu ebu a say President John Dramani Mahama as at then and Koson to as president. It will who fact when you know. And then you only brought a recommendation saying your reforms or your electoral processing. These are the issues.
Okay.
So only in year when you bet it. 1 year, Danny Denina, the one time sebede.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, the word frivolous, vexatious, and scandalous. I was here 47. It is used at court at all time. With the idea about this is frivolous, vexatious, and scandalous. We hear what Brew versus the what Brew versus Ghana Bar Association. That word was used. Frivolous, vexatious, and scandalous. And to say Judge B and I say lawyer B A use that word now and yet
but maybe but you don't know parties they are out of the court but I don't know
in the
system no how we your
so he is quoting the law CI 47 2004 DM in Kasi or the NDC for Beba Supreme Court, or see you have to balance the Supreme Court.
In terms of how?
In terms of it can be ladies, it can be gender, it can be anything. The word he used was balance. So if you don't
so was a factor.
So
where NDC lawyers after that time baby Ujina, baby I was share as
talking to legal brains. Okay. So if you're talking to legal brains and say the Supreme Court is not balanced, that we have to make sure we balance it now. You can give any interpretation to it. That is you. Wow. Atuguba was very right when he made reference to Kufuor, who was in Australia, and said, I will do everything to make sure, say, I will overturn the judgment. He was right when he said, Salah versus Dr. Buzia, when the judgment was coming, Dr. Buzia came on air, highly intense, and he gave it to them, and no court can tell him what he has to do. Atuguba was right. So people should not be giving it to Atuguba. I've told you, sir, we criticize judgment. Lawyers criticize judgment, judges criticize judgment. Look, confirm law reports near that, journals, Ghana say, don't call library, you see a whole lot of judgment about lawyers actually condemn, criticizing near that day. It is all praise judgment. Into when you are there, who be again. Now, the sequence has some intention. The sequence that one was intention. He took a step and renounced his citizenship. Or take his step, and renounce this is time be so I could throw SSC exams. Now I pass the result slip. I'm an EMA certificate. Was it because you have gotten a result slip at a time frame? You have gotten a result slip.
No.
You can't tell me, say, I have a result slip, I don't have a certificate, so you are not qualified to go to university.
No.
Here's the result slip.
No.
So, yes, we have accepted everything.
No.
But for us to sign, because of COVID,
No.
Oh, my brother. Because of COVID, we haven't been able to sign to give you the certificate. But everything has been accepted. Just like a result slip. I could try exams. The amount of result slip. Unsaka result slip. Wow.
But Osaka result slip, there is something that is supposed to be attached for you to get the admission.
That's why like what? Result slip. You attach the result slip. That's why you sought for direction from the EC. That I've applied. These are my documents that I've applied. It has been accepted. But because of COVID, they haven't given. The EC gave me go ahead.
Oh.
The EC gave him go ahead, and the Supreme Court says the EC was wrong. So where comes the criminal aspect? The more chrono. No, so me very far do to be far now. Or say, oh yeah, to be far. No, my far with your consent. No, where comes my chrono? Me, I will not. Bring down anybody by saying, say, Uninyansa, and I say, Unim, you should come again. No, I'll be a many years. May per choir make heaven. I will only criticize what my conscience tell me to criticize, and I will say what my conscience tell me. But I can say the criminal aspect of the situation will not hold water.
Engagement.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the. I don't know. Me, I'm talking of now. Okay, no. Because the criminal aspect will not hold water.
Because someone said, "No, cousin, for your no one can
if there's something in the court,
yes,
I will not come and say, Mimi can say until somebody says something is not legal. No, you cannot say the person has committed a crime. What I'm saying. And in the court now, they never said what he did was criminal, but they said the letter commission was wrong. Thank you very much.
Yes. Besa Crazy should be. Honorable Heaven, dear, you Christopher, dear, you did say call heaven. Na Empoetrania 10 year, any entity mono, ye near tem. Na ultimate adrian, saying you ray kind one can ye, and interest wood in at them. Says you almost walk on quine, say. Or no kind say judges the won't me do so or more matem or matin year webu also all can also COVID or throw the coy emomujitum no say COVID in tea paper keke yes sign amount the aba you are citing COVID say no paper name to me ama na ye can economy near about COVID so am si buwe me yenka oh double standard no ene nya atwom ne eya na ye ka ho asem no paper ene electronic obi betumi atran the consulate people were working at home the technology came Zoom and everything came on board 1 minute paper consulate ordinary boy at the low grade consulate be ka say sign ade we email man na on scanning and print it out COVID in tea. I beg to differ. On say and some go I can in the name of defending our party. Na ye me hwe your offer no mo hwe ni nwa no mo hwe omu no bu say nti asem a ya wo susu anzi kwat na ha o kan ye me brain ti no sebi o kan ni ye ni because the nindia ni nyansa aba abefo nsem aba nti ba o kan sa na akwese wo for sit in channel or show aka say me offer we the one kan ye in the name of defending your party owura se me control SSC na me resource my na me to university forms ni abusam say wo resource aba na me state say I am a resource aba na unya asan na me tro say ebia menya 8 fi say me susu say menya aggregate 8 na as at the time I made me admission letter ne call ye no ni abusam say wo de aba na o resource no na so you matro SSC by resource ne my ba medium susu say menya we ntino mo ma me admission na yes you okay you yate yama admission kofa result slip in the brass in your mind. Are you being fair? Renouncing your certificate, renouncing your citizenship doesn't automatically mean say you beja to an asi engine to me. Nim crime me now for bear 4. They are CIA operatives. They try renouncing their citizenship. The American, they denied and declined, said no. The American government said that no, you need to me mocha and training for you having all our files and stuffs and then you want to just go. No. Only declining 3 consecutive times. So writing to renounce your citizenship doesn't automatically guarantee you the certificate. As I said,
my how or stating the argument in all that was left was execution according to the court process. Again, the stress laid by the court on the statutory process of the acquisition and realization of the citizenship shot itself in the foot. If the certificate of realization is so mandatory and conclusive, why was it not conclusive in its effort, in effect, to qualify Jachi Kwesi when he received it, dated 26 November 2020, whereas the parliamentary elections was held on the 7th of December 2020?
Thank you. Ehona unim say emrano ankanchiro say yebeto abawo. Or in the time of opening nomination. Please, let's get the distinction.
It didn't say that.
Please, that's
it is not there. It is not there. It is not there. It is not there. Check the constitution. That's at the time of that was the Supreme Court. That is the Supreme Court. Read the article.
And it tells us.
Okay, read the article. Read that article.
To be a member of parliament, a citizen of Ghana must not hold any other citizenship at the time when nominations are opened by the Electoral Commission for registration. Makwati into check your constitution. Ebiani biwaha may be a soft copy mawaha. And it says 9428.
Also started to judgments and documents must always be applied with consistency.
No, I want to read
in the letter and spirit. These must always be and construed historically, holistically, and as instrument of justice. Since it is a well settled principle that the duty of a court is to do justice, and a court should not be turned away from doing justice.
Ora, Mr. All kind of prana said, tete me. A papa on my dear friend justice. 2012 election petition. Message to share quay or fast with the say John. Share call fast with the Ken Crunchy. Papa win. Go money support or young Sam Quadanket and Katia. Thank you. Now point I mean here. A hundred or no tremor. so mo bu mmara so na den no bi e bu mmara so ne de ne fa mmara so a obe so o kire se omuni adwen
mana be bam
I want to say we manu e be ko yenim because you wa se mo a wo ken no wo say or the say John Ken Cranche Sami Okuru e fa mmara kwan so na den ti na ne jachi kwesi na bu mmara ne de ne fa mmara kwan so a obetu din say scandalous so yi sa asem na no a na se wo fi say kwesi ye no ye de ko gina mmara so mredi no na ayi efo de ye mu ye ningo so ame ye fa mmara ni no
mana be
yes na ye nya
I just before that no
yes
one say me no just say the bofu atuba from 2012 on Se John ni ko Sami Okwafa me go say man the bofu just say when he sees the man now he's looking at the messenger he don't look at the message well we say MPP for say the topic big to us here can you see they bring in so many things and then they want to insult the NDC na nyatwo na say look what a topic down there can was him then you go and bring in COVID then you force me to tell you something about COVID because COVID time let's see one yadi because one GIA during COVID time all the time reported and told us said they exceeded their targets GIA during the time they exceed all the time. They all exceeded their target. So that's why they were lying to us. They were telling Ghana, so we are able to exceed our target. And during COVID time, we had money from IMF, we have money from IFAD, we have money from World Bank, we have some FAO, international organizations.
Those money
we got, let me finish. When you are it was a grant. It was a grant. During COVID time, all those monies were grants. So we had more money than if we were working. Oh yes! Go and check.
But the security don't
VRF exceeded their target. So because the target they said their target it was in the news.
How VRF
it was in the news.
They generate revenue.
Oh, what I'm saying that
so how they exceed
that's what they reported to us.
They said that I heard someone
they reported to us.
They came
so COVID did not have any effect, negative effect at all. No, I'm talking of foreign jurisdiction. I say Yajuma. I said so COVID time, the MPP government had money more than even if we were to work. All the grants that came in and all the money that we receive, the targets were set before COVID came in and they exceeded their targets. So you can't tell me the last one person they can say. You see, when judges are talking, illegal, we say no. Let them allow them to flow in their decision because this is the first time criticism of judgment is coming in the open. But it is in the public process. Go to law report, go to their library. You see a whole lot of judgment that go forward.
This is the first time.
So this is the first time.
High Court judge. Or about open their criticizing judges. So this is not
criticism. No, it's not as a judge, but as a traditional chief.
But he also, I remember he said something about the Jachikosi issue.
Oh no, but he was criticizing it as a chief, not as a judge.
Oh, you also say.
No. There are two different.
But person who said, "Oda so ya na so so oya ha nti so ka say o na but so aka so tell but you no otina let me tell you something chief rank am person where the Supreme Court we say voter in chief. Yes.
Say Oka Sembi, Emanko did that terminal that day. But he was saying as a traditional leader, when he was telling Nana Akufo to do something, in favor of the government, he was saying it as a, he wasn't saying it as a judge. Every so friend to my every class, no was a judge. And just difference on the judge. He was speaking as a traditional leader.
All right. Your time now so you trust me and time now.
You trust me. Yeah. Media meka say for nimdie na nyanso ani ba go for two. Ora William Justice Atububa. I want some more abeka no. Metumi ne de enye nyina na ye me de. Na menye sure say obi oti bia ne nyina ye ne de. Ne nsem nyina o say eyi just say ne NDC na ewo ni mu no afi na dead.
But that's it.
I
will not be surprised. Say, as much as he might have written it in a journal. That if you go to school,
okay, research me. All right. But as I come Swansea, as I come Iran, I will say omitimi by. As I come high sense for anafi, as I come Alison Heba anafi ni ointment in the pomade. Yamin sure I say this. Bye bye.